AI robots are becoming too real, and the changes happening right now are far bigger than most people realize. What used to feel like science fiction is now showing up in factories, hospitals, offices, and even homes. In 2026, the line between software intelligence and physical machines is blurring fast, and that shift is starting to make people uncomfortable for a reason. When we talk about AI robots becoming too real, we're not just talking about better machines or faster processors. We're talking about robots that can see, hear, move, reason, and adapt in ways that feel increasingly human-like. These are systems that don't just follow instructions anymore. They learn from their environment, adjust their behavior, and make decisions in real time. One of the biggest changes driving this is the combination of advanced AI models with physical robotics. In the past, robots were rigid. They were great at repeating the same task in a controlled environment, like an assembly line. But they failed the moment something unexpected happened. In 2026, that limitation is disappearing. Modern AI-powered robots can handle uncertainty. They can recognize objects they've never seen before, understand spoken instructions, and even recover from mistakes without human intervention. This is especially visible in humanoid robots. These machines are no longer just lab demos or viral videos. Companies are actively testing humanoid robots in warehouses, logistics centers, and manufacturing floors. The reason is simple. Human-shaped robots can work in environments designed for humans without requiring expensive redesigns. They can walk through doorways, use tools made for human hands, and navigate spaces built decades ago. What's shocking is how fast these humanoid robots are improving. Their movements are smoother, their balance is more stable, their reactions are quicker, and their ability to understand context is growing rapidly. Some of the latest robots can follow multi-step verbal instructions, interpret visual cues, and adjust their actions based on feedback from their surroundings. But it's not just humanoid robots that are becoming too real. Industrial robots are also evolving. In 2026, many factories are deploying robots that can collaborate directly with human workers. These robots don't need cages or safety barriers anymore. They can sense human presence, predict movement, and slow down or stop when necessary. That changes the entire structure of modern workplaces. Healthcare is another area where AI robots are crossing a psychological threshold. Surgical robots are becoming more autonomous, assisting doctors with precision tasks while making real-time adjustments based on patient data. Rehabilitation robots are helping patients relearn movement, adapting exercises based on progress and fatigue. Even elder care robots are becoming more common, offering companionship, reminders, and physical assistance. This is where the too real feeling starts to kick in. When robots begin interacting with humans in emotional or caregiving roles, people naturally start projecting human traits onto them. These machines don't have feelings, but they can simulate empathy convincingly. They can respond with natural language, facial expressions, and gestures that feel authentic. In 2026, this realism is powered by massive improvements in AI perception. Robots can now process visual, audio, and tactile data simultaneously. They don't just see objects, they understand scenes. They don't just hear words, they understand intent. This multisensory intelligence makes robots feel aware in a way that previous generations never did. Another major update pushing AI robots into unsettling territory is autonomy. Many robots today can operate for long periods without human supervision. They can plan tasks, prioritize actions, and optimize their own performance. In logistics, robots decide the most efficient routes. In agriculture, robots adjust planting or harvesting based on soil and weather data. In security, robots patrol areas and identify anomalies on their own. Autonomy raises serious questions about control and responsibility. If a robot makes a decision that causes harm, who is accountable? The developer, the operator, the company that deployed it? In 2026, regulators are struggling to keep up with these questions because the technology is advancing faster than policy frameworks. Another reason AI robots feel too real is their ability to learn from humans directly. Through imitation learning and reinforcement learning, robots can watch human actions and replicate them. This means skills can be transferred without explicit programming. A robot can observe how a worker performs a task and then improve on it over time. This learning capability also means robots can adapt across industries. A robot trained in one environment can apply that knowledge elsewhere. That flexibility is incredibly powerful for businesses, but it also means robots are no longer limited to narrow roles. they're becoming general-purpose machines. At the same time, the economic implications are becoming impossible to ignore. As AI robots become more capable, they're starting to compete with human labor in areas once thought safe. Not just repetitive manual work, but semi-skilled and even skilled tasks. Warehousing, food preparation, cleaning, inspection, and basic caregiving are all seeing increased automation. What's different in 2026 is that robots are no longer just cheaper labor. They're often more consistent, more scalable, and able to work around the clock. That creates pressure on businesses to adopt them, even if leadership is uneasy about the social consequences. Public reaction is also shifting. Early excitement is giving way to concern. People are asking where the boundaries should be. Should robots have limits on appearance so they don't look too human? Should there be restrictions on autonomous decision-making? Should robots be required to identify themselves clearly as machines in all interactions? These questions matter because AI robots are entering public spaces. Airports, malls, hotels, and offices are deploying robots for customer service, security, and maintenance. When a robot speaks fluently, responds intelligently, and moves naturally, people can forget they're interacting with a machine. In 2026, some experts warn that the real risk isn't robots replacing humans overnight. It's humans becoming overly reliant on systems they don't fully understand. As robots handle more tasks, human skills can erode. Decision-making shifts from people to algorithms, often invisibly. At the same time, the potential benefits are massive. AI robots can reduce dangerous work, improve productivity, support aging populations, and handle labor shortages. They can operate in environments humans can't, from disaster zones to deep-sea exploration. The challenge is balancing progress with responsibility. AI robots are becoming too real because they're no longer just tools. They're actors in our economic and social systems. They observe, decide, move, and interact in ways that feel alive, even though they're not. The shocking part of the 2026 updates isn't that robots exist. It's that they're starting to feel normal. And once something that powerful becomes normal, it quietly reshapes how we work, how we interact, and how we define what it means to be human. Whether this future feels exciting or unsettling depends on how we choose to guide it. But one thing is clear: AI robots aren't coming someday. They're already here, and they're becoming more real every single day.